Imagine going back 10 years and telling someone this. One day, making $100,000 a year would feel average. Not rich. Not wealthy. Not financially free. Just normal. Most people would have laughed. Because for decades, a six-figure salary was the definition of success. You made it. You won. You were rich. But today? Thousands of people earning over $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. So what happened? Did people get worse with money? Or did the rules completely change? Why $100,000 doesn't feel rich anymore? And nobody wants to admit it. A lot of us grew up believing that making six figures would solve everything. When you were a teenager, $100,000 sounded insane. You imagined a nice apartment, vacations, financial security, a comfortable life. But then adulthood happened. And reality hit hard. In 2015, a $100,000 salary could buy a house, fund vacations, and still leave room for savings. Today? In many major cities, a six-figure income can disappear into rent, groceries, insurance, student loans, and taxes before the month is even over. The average rent in a major U.S. city is now over $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. Just for a roof over your head. Add health insurance, student debt, car payments, and food costs that are 40% higher than 5 years ago, and that $100,000 salary starts looking a lot more like survival than success. And that's exactly why so many young professionals today feel like they're running faster but getting absolutely nowhere. Here's the biggest financial illusion of our generation. Confusing salary with wealth. Those are not the same thing. Not even close. You can earn $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, even $300,000 a year, and still have almost zero wealth. Because wealth isn't what you earn. It's what you keep. And what you own. That's why you'll sometimes see someone earning $70,000 quietly becoming a millionaire, while someone earning $200,000 is drowning in debt. One person is buying assets. The other is buying appearances. Studies show that 42% of Americans earning six figures live paycheck to paycheck. 42%. Think about that for a second. The problem was never the income. The problem is what happens to it after it arrives. Now think about the world young people live in today. Every single day you're shown luxury apartments, luxury cars, luxury vacations, designer clothes, and influencers spending money like it's unlimited. After seeing that every single day, your brain starts treating luxury as normal. And normal starts feeling poor. This creates a dangerous cycle that almost nobody talks about. You make more money. You spend more money. You upgrade your lifestyle. Then you need even more money. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. And it's quietly keeping millions of smart, hardworking people stuck. The scary part? Most people never even notice it's happening to them. They're too busy comparing their life to a highlight reel that was designed to make them feel inadequate. Here's where things get really dangerous. Because most people respond to this problem the wrong way. They think, I just need a higher salary. So they chase promotions. Switch jobs. Work longer hours. Take on more stress. Only to discover something shocking. The goalpost keeps moving. A $100,000 lifestyle eventually becomes a $150,000 lifestyle. Then $200,000. Then $300,000. There is never enough. Because the issue was never income. It was spending. And that is the trap. The hedonic treadmill. Running faster and faster just to stay in exactly the same place. But here's what separates people who actually build wealth. The people quietly becoming millionaires aren't necessarily making the most money. They're doing something fundamentally different. They're separating income from identity. They don't buy things to look successful. They buy things that make them wealthier. Investments. Businesses. Assets. Skills. They understand something most people only learn too late. Making money is important. But keeping it is everything. The question they ask isn't, can I afford this monthly payment? The question is, does this make me richer or poorer over 10 years? That one mindset shift is worth more than any salary increase. So, does $100,000 still make you rich? The answer is complicated. In some places, yes. In others, not even close. But maybe that's the wrong question entirely. Maybe the real question is this. If your income disappeared tomorrow, how long could your wealth survive? Because that's the difference between looking rich and actually being rich. And most people don't discover that difference until it's far too late. If you want to learn how people actually build wealth in today's economy, subscribe to UDC. Because the next video is about a mistake keeping millions of smart people poor, without them even realizing it.